Sorry about the delay on this one. I basically I did something wrong. I'm new to this, and I didn't realize what I had to push to start. But hey, hopefully you're seeing this now. I'll keep trying to check back for comments. So uh, you know, please comment. If you're there, it'd be interesting to see who's there and if this is working for you. Right now, it looks like there's nobody. So that's okay. Anyway, so this first one is Tegan, and yeah, I, I'm kind of guessing maybe you turned in the wrong file because the UVs aren't laid out at all, and you only have half a color here. So let me know because it looks like nothing's been done on this. So if this is the wrong file, send me the correct one. If it's not the wrong file, you haven't laid out any of your UVs, so I can't really give you much credit for this assignment. Um, so next one I'm going to pull up is Cody. Okay, and side by side, panel, UV editor, and let's take a look. So the checkers look pretty good and even. That's mostly what I take a look for. Is just it's pretty easy to see. If the checkers aren't square, then something's not right. So far these look really good. Maybe a little stretchy there, but you can see how these get kind of square and those get a little stretchy. Not too big of a deal. Just going to take a look at that shell. It's nicely laid out in here, the way you've fit them all in and organized them well. But yeah, there's some sort of, like this face. It's kind of stretched a bit. Just curious if I unfold it again, if it'll do anything different. Well, it's about the same. If you wanted to go kind of nuts with this stuff, you can try like, spreading this out a little bit, like. But I think that it's so minor that it doesn't really matter much. Oh yeah, it's just kind of deselecting those. How do I pick all the? Oh, I must have like symmetry on or something. Okay, no wonder I was like picking all kinds of crazy stuff. Just deselecting the ones. Oh, why is that? I've got. Oh, you put the two right on top of each other, huh? Oh, it's just that side. Anyway, I'm just kind of showing you how you could potentially adjust some of these a little bit to get them a little more square. But I think I'm just nitpicking. It's good enough. Looks pretty good. Um, yeah, I mean everything looks good. Can't really see any issues with it. Just make sure you delete history off of everything before you start, rigging or anything. Edit, delete all by type history. So good work on that. Okay, next we'll be doing Melissa Spearman. Alright, here's Melissa, and yeah, this is looking good. Laid out nicely. All the checkers look nice and even. Yeah, again here, getting a little distortion on the face. You can kind of see some of these are smaller and more stretched out, and the lip ones are kind of big. One thing you can do is, if you're getting some of that might help. Let's see what's going on inside here. Wait, that's one shell? Wait. That can't be right. Is the whole thing a shell? Yeah, it's one big shell. Oh yeah. So what you can do is, you might want to, cut like the inside of the lips or something. And if you want to split some of the chin, like maybe there, and then lay this out again, I guess. I'll just do the whole thing, Control U. So, yeah, you do have a seam there now, but I think these checkers are looking a little bit better than they did before. So that's an option. And it's not a hugely noticeable place, and you'll just, we have techniques to deal with seams, so that can help a little bit. I think they look more even now. So you might try that. But besides that, it's, everything's, nearly perfect, so should work well for painting textures. Good work. Okay, this is Christy. Let's take a look. One thing when you see a second checker area here, it means this stuff is overlapping slightly. Like if you look really closely right there, see how that goes over the line? So what I tend to do is just take all of this stuff and just scale it down a teeny tiny bit. There. Okay, and then it's not over the line. You might be able to play with these a little more, how the layout, but it's probably fine. I mean, you might want this to be, vertical or horizontal rather than an angle. Sometimes that makes it easier to paint afterwards. But then you've got to move the rest of these around. But, you can take a shell and, make it horizontal like that. And then, of course, you've got to move some of these around. Fit those in, and maybe you want, what are those, what's that, is that the arm? Maybe you want these kind of straight as well, maybe the same as each other, just middle mouse dragging here. Anyways, you can do little stuff to neaten it up, and sometimes it helps when you're painting. Can we find room for this one to be straight? Probably, yeah, sure. I think, oh, I gotta move that one now. And then something like that. Might be a little nicer layout. Okay, that's looking good. Face. Again, we're getting a little stretching over here on the cheek. And kind of a little pinching here, especially down here. I'm not really thrilled with how those are looking. Yeah, I was saying before, you can, if it'll help, we can cut the inside of these lips, and then I split the chin on one of the other ones. And then lay it out again. I can select just this shell maybe and control, or unfold, I mean, not layout. So let's undo, redo. I'm just comparing the two. What do you think? Better? A little better? I think that's better. Yeah, let's scale this down to fit in there. Okay. But yeah, it's really good. That's a minor issue. Did we see everything else? Did we look at pants? Look good. Shoes. Maybe a little stretched on this shell. Yeah, look, it's sort of like this front. Well, these look definitely stretched. Those look kind of okay. So maybe you just want to, cut here. Oh. And then lay this out again. Or unfold it again. Yeah, see how that's better? They look less stretched. I think, yeah, there's still some stretching going on. I'm actually a bit surprised, but not as bad, I suppose. But again, these are small issues. It's not that stretched. So it should be fine. Okay, this is Kobe, and let's take a look. I wouldn't have thought you would need to split this down the middle. Let's just isolate this for a minute. What is it? I'm trying to remember. So is what? Shift? Is that right? No. Control. Oh yeah. It's kind of cool to watch that interactively, huh? When we see that shell and then unfold again. Yeah, I think that's fine. I don't think you need to cut right down the middle. And I think I don't think you need to slice this arm twice because you got this and this. It's not really necessary. So again, I might take this and Let's make sure we're doing edges, and then, whoops, that was a control, yeah. And then grab that. Wait, yeah, see, there's still this other cut here, so I should be able to take this shell and control U. Yeah, that's fine. So I think you had more cuts than you needed on that. What else? And obviously, get this all laid out again. Control L. Something went a little crazy over there. What's going on with that? Oh, why are those attached together there? Did I do that just now, or was it like that? Because this should be cut here. I wonder if I accidentally sewed that, or if that was like that before. Anyway. One more time, Control U, Control L. Okay. Let's, did I just get rid of part of the interface or something? Where's the thing to, oh, that's what I'm thinking of. Okay. Sorry about that. So, that looks pretty good. That looks good. That looks pretty stretched right there. I wonder why. There's some definite issues going on with this one. Look at all these little bits here. What are all those? Why are those separated out? I might redo this one because it seems like there's a lot of crazy cuts on that. Look at that. Look at all the cuts on there. I would do this again. So you would start with UV planar just to get rid of all the cut. What? Delete history on this. Alt-Shift-D. Okay. I don't know what happened a minute ago. Although it's interesting that these are... Oh, one's an instance of each other. Okay, that's not helping anything. So you can't have these be instances of each other. You can do modify, convert instance to object, and then you go back through here and do all your cuts again. Why are those cuts there? Uh-oh, that's probably a geometry problem. Yeah, there's holes in this thing. Look at that. Okay, so let's try this. Let's take all these vertices and edit mesh, components, merge, options, 0.001, merge. Let's see if we're still seeing that, those kind of holes in there. Whoops. No, it seems better now. Although you have this kind of, I guess that's alright, this many-sided face I'm not too excited about, but yeah, I don't like that face. I will continue this cut through here, but I'm just trying to get through the UV stuff right now. So, yeah, just, oh yeah, probably, I think those cuts are just, aren't because of the surface problem. I think it's just a leftover from when there was a surface problem. So I'll do the planar again, and I think that those will go away. Yeah, see, they're gone now. So, I mean, I don't know if I want to do this because it's pretty much covered in the module video, but else do we need to do? Cut off the bottom of this thing. Maybe just go to here or something. Probably this and that. And then maybe that and this. And let me just isolate this real quick. Alright, let's see where we're at, if that's going to do it. Oh god, there's more geometry problems than what I found. I'll do a mesh cleanup. And hopefully that didn't mess up anymore. Look at that. Delete the history. I didn't realize there was. I don't really want to cut this up again. Maybe it was a control click on these to sew. Control drag to sew, and it doesn't want to. Oh, it does want to sew. Okay. It's like there's some right on top of each other here that don't want to. This is kind of a pain. Wow. There's a lot of issues with this model. I should have checked that before I started doing this. Oh my gosh. I'm just control clicking to sew them and just plain old clicking to cut them. Anyway, I don't know. I think, yeah, it's just tricky if the surface is sort of messed up like that, because that's not a good sign. Whoops. But actually, it's not terrible. So anyway, you get the idea. Hopefully. What else? Did we look at the rest of this? Yeah, some kind of stretchy stuff there. I wonder why the mouth looks so open like that. And, oh yeah, what's this little pile of stuff down here? That's probably, again, because of some surface issue. So, you can delete history again, Alt-Shift-D. I don't know where that stuff is. Let's see if we can. Right here. I wonder if there's like an issue with the surface there. Kind of looks like it. I can't really tell. But I would just, yeah, again, I would just do the planer again and cut it up again. Well, if I would do the planer, do a mesh cleanup, or probably do the mesh cleanup and then do the planer, and then do the planer thing to get it back without any cuts in it, and then cut it up again. But the model could use some work. I mean, I think I talked about this before. It's all wedge shaped. It doesn't look like this has changed at all since the last critique. So you should really work on. The idea is that you guys watch the critiques and then kind of fix the stuff I mentioned in these. But it doesn't look like it's been touched since then. So I could be wrong, but it doesn't look like it. So yeah, and then cut it up again. Yeah, I think I talked about more edges in the neck, and anyway. Yeah, you can cut it up again. Okay, who's next? Okay, we got Angela up next. All right. I might just find the default thing there, and then just do two side by side and put the UV editor in here. That looks pretty good. Color looks good. Yep. Checkers on the face are looking pretty even. These why is that saying that's a shell and it's still attached to the other part here? Oh, maybe it wasn't. I don't know. Yeah, it looks a little stretched out there. I don't know why. So unfold it again. Not changing. I mean, it's not too bad, but I'm just surprised they're kind of stretchy like that. I mean, it could be. Oh, only there's a line that goes all the way around. This is kind of. But you could potentially. Cut it up in two and unfold. They look a little better that way. Anyway, it's not like people would be looking that closely at the ear anyways. Hair's looking good. Alright, yeah, I think this looks pretty good all around. Nice work. Alright, yeah, good work. Okay, this is Cheng, and let's check this out. That's looking pretty good. That looks good. Shoes. Oh, doesn't look like you got around to laying out the shoes, did you? There's just cuts in lots of weird places, and yeah. So I would go back and do the shoes because those haven't been. Yeah, there's all these weird cuts here. You just have to do that over again. So just do the UV thing, the layout, the planar thing, and then. But maybe you. Oh, did you do this one and you just didn't do the other one? I think that's what happened. Okay, yeah, one thing you can do if you want is you can just delete this. Make sure the pivot point's in the center, Control D for duplicate, and scale it in the negative direction here. And then you get the other one, so that's one way to copy it across. Color. Head. Yeah, most of the checkers look pretty even. So I think it was just you didn't copy across the shoe, so not a big deal. Nice, good work. I'm realizing I must have opened the wrong one, so I think I said Cheng at the beginning of this one, but actually this is Malcolm Button. So sorry if that was a little out of order. Okay, this is Cheng, and looking pretty unfinished here. So, not too much to critique. Are we missing any layers? No? Or is anything hidden? I'm just checking. Display, show, all. No. So this is a really long way to go. Kind of behind for this point in the class. So you need to really push to catch up, or I can give you like a stock model to use, so I can send that out at some point, because you're pretty far behind now. And so I mean, just looking at the UV though, it's a little stretched here, and yeah, this is a little disproportionate in spots. This doesn't look like it's been laid out, or if it has, it's got a lot of weird cuts in it, I guess. Yeah, like this. Just a lot of weird skinny shells. I think you could have sew some of that back together. Yeah. So, but I think the thing is that you shouldn't be laying out your UVs and unfolding UVs until you're done with the model. The model's definitely not done. So, I think either take a step back or use the stock model. Okay, this is Griffin. Okay, that looks good. Hand is looking good. Pants are looking good. Shoe is looking pretty good. And the face Whoops. Yeah. A little bit of distortion in here, but not too bad. Yeah, I think this is what going all around. Nice work. All right. Yeah, I just don't have much to add on this one. I mean, you could straighten some of these out in the UV layout if you wanted to. You can see how they're kind of at diagonal on the back. But these are minor issues. I think this looks really good. I might have put the seam a little more hidden of a place, like along the top, or maybe where it's intersecting the head, instead of right in the front middle. But not a big deal. Okay, good work. Okay, this is Donald, and let's take a look. There's way too many cuts in this. You need much, much fewer cuts. There's no reason to do that many. That's nuts. It's really like you think about how the whole thing is constructed for clothing, and you just put the cuts there. Because if you think about it, they had to make clothing out of something flat before they put it together. So it's sort of the perfect example of a UV unwrapping. That looks alright though. So I would redo the shirt according to the lesson. And it's got some pretty... Oh, this isn't laid out at all. Did you do the other side? You did. Okay, so you can just copy that over if you want. I'm going to delete history. I like to freeze transformation before I copy it over. Modify freeze transformation. I can delete this one and duplicate it and make it a -1x. So, but I don't love this layout either. You've got a seam down the middle here. You've got a bunch of weird cuts here. Right there, there's loads of weird cuts. What else? Okay, looks good. Alright. Yeah, so the model's a little unfinished. But most of the rest of the UV layout. Oh, there's lots of little bits here that's a bit disconcerting. Where are those? If you show, oh, bottom of the ear, separate from the rest of the ear. Okay, that makes some sense. Yeah, if you cut those out separately, but I don't know if I would have made quite so many cuts as that. But I can see why they're there. Alright. Actually, this was where Malcolm would have been in order, but we already did Malcolm. Okay, let's look at Megan. Megan said something about some mirroring issue. I can see it right away that this is an instance. So does that have the same UV map? It does. So in this case, I could probably just do modify convert instance to object, and now they're separate, and you don't have that issue where verts of one moves the verts of the other. This is really good. That looks good. That, there's little tiny bits of stretching in there. But I don't know. I don't think it's anything too serious. Oh, yeah, and here's another one I can tell right away with the when you do modify convert instance to object. Whatever your duplicate options, edit duplicate special, it was probably on instance right there. It needs to be copy, and then that won't happen. Won't be part of the same object. So yeah, overall this is looking good. Okay, next up is Elias. Okay, let's take a look. Yeah, that's looking good. This looks good. The shape's a little funny. And this is another one. Looks like you've instanced this. I can tell that's because pick the verts on both sides. So I'll have to take one of these and say modify convert instance to object. That was weird. Modify convert convert instance to object. Okay, that seemed to work. Yeah. Okay. Okay, that looks good. Face. Not too bad. Yeah, really good work. Nice job. Okay, and finally we have Dewey. Yeah, same thing. I don't know why so many people are doing these with instances. I'm going to delete all the history, edit, delete all by type. History. I don't know why. It says hair here, and then it's not showing. Display, show all. Nope, I don't know what happened with your hair. But for these, if it's doing this thing where if you pick verts of one, it picks verts of the other, one of those has to turn into an instance, modify, convert objects, instance to objects. And then they're separate. But anyway. Okay, let's get to... Ooh, something's gonna wrong with that one. Let's try to unfold again. No, something's very wrong. What is going on with this? Is that geometry problems or is it the way you cut it? Let's run the mesh cleanup thing on there. And unfold. Oh yeah, I figured there was some problem with the geometry in there somewhere. Boy oh boy, something's really not right with the geometry. It's hard to find. I mean, nothing's just jumping out at me as looking problematic right from there, but wow, what a crazy mess. Yeah, it looks like you just cut out the ears and nostrils. Could do the mouth too, I guess. I don't know why it's not unfolding. I just, there must be some funny business in the model. Let's try mesh cleanup. Whoops. Let's clean up, delete history, Alt Shift D, unfold, Control U. Oof. Something's really messed up with this. I don't know. I guess I feel like it's gotta be the geometry. I could try to just do it over again. Yeah, something's weird. It's not cutting around. I think it's all those triangles in there. I think you could use another edge loop there, by the way. It's just too long without a edge loop. Oops. Okay, did I get the bottom here? I don't think I did. Did I not have symmetry on? Great. Whoops. Alright, did that cut the whole thing? Alright, and then cut over the top, right? Let's see if that does any better. I'm not really that optimistic. Maybe I can split it down the back a little bit. It's a little better, but it's still looking pretty crazy. Well, I am not sure. Well, we didn't do the nostrils, right? And we didn't do the mouth. Let's do those. That might help a little bit. And anyway, let's unfold and see where we're at. Not much better. I swear there's something wrong with this surface. I think it would take some troubleshooting the surface to get this to work right. How's everything else? Collars, reasonable, sweater, hand. I bet you missed the hand. I mean, looks really good actually. That looks good. Okay. Oh, here we go. Was the hand like that too, where it was... Oh, that's not an instance, but this one is an instance, I think. So, yeah, so you'll have to do, for one of these, select it, modify, convert instance to object. Okay. Yeah, everything else is looking alright. So, yeah, it says hair here, but there's no hair, so I don't know what's up with that. I don't know what, something's gone really berserk with this head. Maybe if we cut around the mouth, it'll do better. I would have thought that would have been a loop that goes all the way around. That one does. Just unfolding again, see if that... Not much better. I mean, I could just start cutting other stuff. Ooh, that doesn't look good. What's up with that? That's another model issue. These extra two verts here. Shift right mouse click delete verts. Except, no, there's no split. That's fine. I'll delete them and Control Shift X, add this back in. So what I was thinking of doing is splitting the chin. I mean, everything I'm doing, maybe is making it incrementally better, but there's something fundamentally wrong with this model. And I'm having trouble finding what it is. So I'm not sure. It does need work. I mean, it looks like, it's very wedge shaped again, and, should kind of flatten out the face a little bit, but that doesn't really explain why the UV unfolding is so problematic. So I'm not really sure, to be honest. Oh, and these are kind of messed up too. Oof. So yeah, you might want to use the stock model. I'll post it for all of you guys in case somebody wants to use it, or you need to fix this one up a bunch. All right.